Ladies and gentlemen, around the world, especially Australia, news. This is my video. Share with your society and leaders, especially Prime Minister Scott Morrison. You know, every day I'm not hear news. Every day. Sometimes I put news, I start to do my job. I'm not sitting to listen to news. Why? Every politician they're going to talk to TV, they say them don't talk, someone he listen, he record. And sometimes they talk some story, and they start to mix a lot of story. They use big language. To me, is this all miscommunication, missing communication, the attack everywhere. Now, when I hear, I was putting news. When I going to hear, I see Prime Minister he talking. I don't have interest to listen to him. I go to washing my clothes. And when I was washing clothes, I hear someone ask him a question. Now I'm not here good way. This man he ask him a question. He answering a question. I hear answering. He say they put rules. They put law to Australia. People is not Australia, and he stop it. Meaning, when you are not Australia, you are not allowed to talk about this law. And me, I say no. I have to record. There was too late. There was too late to record this. Now this is my question. I ask Prime Minister. When he put rules to Australia, meaning people outside, they come overseas, people outside, they not ask him about these rules, they not allowed to talk. Now this is my question to her. You have to answering this question. Why these rules they charge people they're not Australian? I want him to answering my question. My question. Why he say we put rules to Australia and people is not Australia and he stop it? Meaning when we are not Australian, you are not allowed to talk to this rules. Now me I ask him a question. Why is this rules he put to Australia? Why is this rules the attack society they're not Australian? And when I finish, I say no, go record. They can have more question. I find the question. I find someone ask him a question. He asked him a question. I start now this question. He asked him a question. They finished to ask him a question. Now I start to record here. I start to record here.
To our knowledge, is it didn't result in death by suicide, specifically relating to those issues. And I think in part that has been because of the enormous resilience of those communities supporting each other, but the actions that we took together with the state governments to provide those mental health services and reaching out into those stations, into those properties, into those communities. Now the same has been true in our response response to the outbreaks that we've seen with COVID across the last year in response to the drought. So mental health, what we applied during the COVID pandemic, and with the...
I repeat again a mistake.
That our knowledge is it didn't result in death by suicide, specifically relating to those issues. And I think in part that has been because of the enormous resilience of those communities supporting each other, but the actions that we took together with the state governments to provide those mental health services and reaching out into those stations, into those properties, in those communities. Now the same has been true in our response to the outbreaks that we've seen with COVID across the last year in response to the drought. So mental health, particularly on COVID, has been a signature part of the Australian response, and recognised so. When I was attending the G20 summit and the East Asia summit recently, as each country talked about the response we had, I was able to make reference to how mental health is a key part of our response. And it was actually the Sultan of Brunei was the other leader who particularly put a focus on that issue, and I commend him for doing so. Our emergency service workers, our police officers, the paramedics, they see things and deal with things that thankfully the rest of us don't. I'm the son of a police officer, my brother's a paramedic, my brother-in-law was a fiery. So I've got some understanding of what they go through each and every day. And things have changed a lot when it comes to mental health support for our emergency service workers since when my dad was a beat police officer working at King's Cross in Sydney. And so I think that's a good thing. But, for people who put themselves in harm's way for us, it really is an issue of just making sure we do all we possibly can.
With the issues being faced by the Pfizer vaccine, are you confident we can still see January approval, end of January approval, mid-February rollout?
Well, I'm not going to speculate on that today. When we're in a position, decisions and announcements...
I have another question. I want to ask him why he know he's saying he mental health is the issue with the true. Now, why he waiting to solve this problem? Another question. Why he want first society to ask him is never solve this problem? To me, is there no allow to wait this question in society to ask him a question? And him, when he knows this is a mental issue, mental illness is the issue, he have to go to TV to stop court, na judge, not to destroy this rule of the only. Is there no allowed to wait to society to ask him a question already he know? And to me, overseas, na them they know allowed first to tell him. We have to know her responsibility. And we have to know, go let the society they talk, we talk, and he have to know another politician they talk. General Bishop, he left him a message to single countries they can have democracy, they can have the independent. Now, to me, now overseas, there was no allowed first to talk to him. Is this I'm talking truth, communication. Now when him ask here we talking, he's thinking on another country, they not give them government advisor. Now when here we talking, they start to get asking we are not allowed to talk. To me, any country have rules, the abuses all around the world. society. When you count to 50 years, how many societies they come overseas to come Australia, and already all of the same they face this control. Is not allowed to say when you are not allowed, you are not from Australia, meaning you have to be quiet. Now I put him back where I coming from. Society how they talk to politicians, and they don't have violence with them.
Violent dictatorships. I therefore encourage all of you citizens to take a firm stand against the Museveni regime. We can finally remove it. I guarantee that to you. And finally, many Ugandans are eager to hear our position on whether or not we shall go to court to challenge the thuggery and the fraud that Museveni and his cohorts unleashed on the people of Uganda. From the 17th of January, when the coup was announced, we have received numerous calls advising us on different strategies, and we are very grateful, ladies and gentlemen. Those who have been against going to court have told us that. They've told us it's a waste of time. They have argued that the composition of our Supreme Court, as it is today, would not rule against General Museveni because he is simply the one that appointed all of them. They have made reference to the past cases filed by Dr. Kizza Besigye, filed by Honorable Mama Mbabazi in the same courts, and how the decisions were arrived at. They have argued that to go to court is to give Museveni another stamp of legitimacy. Then there are those who are advising us to go to court. Even when they are skeptical about the outcome, they think that we have an opportunity to find all this overwhelming evidence before the court of law. This they want us to do for present and future reference. They think we should exhaust all the present legal avenues, and if they have any shortfalls, which many believe they do, then they are urging us to use this opportunity to expose them. I must also add, ladies and gentlemen, that the regime has been actively trying to block us, to frustrate any attempts for us to go to court. One, they have held me captive without any charge for now 8 days. They have intimidated all our polling agents, but most crudely, they have confiscated more than 4,000 of our declaration of result forms. These forms are crucial in an election petition, and I believe that is why they chose to confiscate them. We have tasked the authorities to return these forms because they actually confessed.
Dear Prime Minister Scott Morrison, don't thinking with us we talking with you to give you advisor. It's a lot of countries they have advisor to talking to government, and them they not against them, and them they not abusing them. Now look how we talking always to miscommunication and to want to bring us violence. Look, these people, when they start they start to want to start a campaign. They go in the street, they make tire, they against. Now they bring them to have a big problem. Now when they start campaign, this is the word they have a big challenge. Now always they were there for advisor society, how they're talking to them. Look, everywhere they go to do campaign, they put here tear gas, they put them grenade. They always society they say no, don't revenge. When you revenge, you will cause a lot of problem. So you cause a lot of problem on a vote, they're not going working. Protect vote, don't revenge until you finish until you finish time of vote. They put him inside. society they start to say no. They give them advisor. Don't listen. Don't follow this man inside the house prison. You don't go to against for to first count vote. This all they take advisor. They help them this advisor, and they help all party. They help government party. They help na them party not to cause a lot of problem in society. Na them to have problem. Now me, I give them one video advisor. And when I give them one advisor, president, he say, no, I want to make an appointment to see Chagulanyi to talk with him. And another, he say, no, you are not allowed to do this. He stop him. To me, this is a stop him. Not if he's a son, if he's a children, if he's a brother, if he's a people you work with him, with the second to him, is a don't like him. Is a don't like him. Now to me, I send them another video. They have sitting together. This all mistakes they been. Not to blame each other. Them sitting, government when you are the not win, to give him a vote, him to go to start to government, and this government to protect him. Him when he go home, not anywhere he want. Always for the government to protect him, not to abuse him. Not him only. Now all the police soldiers. To think they can reduce violence, not cause the problem. And in our government they have to fall who willing to give him a vote. Have vote. To think they can solve a problem. I believe court is not going to solve this problem. Already na them you hear how they count. I believe when they follow peace, to make peace, not to blame each other, to protect each other, they solve a problem. Now on the court when they're not working, and na talking, they're not working, meaning they're going to bring violence. And these people here come to control this violence, to be front of this violence. Is not going to protect this man. Already this man is a prison inside the house. And they're not going to protect the government. And they're not going to protect all of society. All of parties, they don't have any profit they get. In a society, they don't have power, they get. And you remember my first video. I told them they have to solve problem, not to bring violence to cause all party, all society problem. Now people they vote Museveni to have a problem. Now people they never vote to have a problem. Now people they vote this man. They have a problem. Now they're not there. I go to my second video. Open a link. Already now people they vote Museveni, they're crying, they start punch them. Now you Prime Minister, when we're talking, you start to treat me. You start to treat society. You start to treat society. They want to solve this problem. You don't want to fall. Your fall is very hard. To me, I'm not like this. I'm a direct to show you mistake. When you want to correct mistake, to show you problem you have. When you want to correct this problem you have to correct. You have to get experience to think you can get communication with the people they're talking. You have to get experience how you can judge how they're talking. You have to get experience to move Cinderella ni buleni. To move Cinderella ni buleni. Your parents, you can teach you Cinderella. Now when you start to be in a community, you start to move Cinderella. Your parents, you put in a buleni. Easy. Why I told you with the Cinderella, not you only. You are all Australia. We have this problem. This Cinderella, they put us in the buleni to teach children Cinderella. You are never do it this. No people smart, they know. This gentle, they start with the government. To me, my experience, they've been in prison. Why prison? Prison they have, when you go there, you are prime minister, they put in a prison. If you are a doctor, if you are everything, or you will be like one of people, you will be the same. When they cook food, they have, when they give them society half kilo, everybody have to take half kilo. When they cook tea, everybody have to take the same 1 cup. You can't say this is the big, this is the small. When they say this time everybody to be inside the house, you have everybody to be inside the house. And remember, they have another prison there. When you do legal there in the prison, this legal this prison another they put you not to judge. They don't have any human rights they have. Why are you talking this gentle? He been in prison. He bring this prison. When you do legal, you are a prison. This control he bring it to society. And he was very smart. Like a fishing. When you go to fish, you put a hook, you have to cut another fish to put. And when you put it there, this fish, they come to know they get is a fish. And you take out fish. When you take out and you find sometimes this fish you cut is the same. And you do this, you look at them and you say, you return there again until you get fish you want. Now this is the gentle. When he finished to fish society this, and he started to say, no, this is not working. And he come to children. He say, children, you are parents, you are not to force children. When he looking, he fish a lot big people, they're not solve problem. He says, parents, you are not to force children. Now meaning to 25 years, 30 years, this is all the people they finished to die. Now this regime, he put Cinderella in buleni, them they be already them they all the people. Meaning all parents, mothers, children, all they have Cinderella, they can help each other. They can help each other. When he finish, he say yes. Now this is my question, Prime Minister Scott Morrison. I want to answering you. First question. Why government is against parents? See, with the not force children to teach them education, and these children is going to shop they steal, and you put them in the prison, the children. This is my question. I want to answering all of society this question. Another question. Why these children he go to school when he do bad behavior and the teachers they call parents see, and only the parents they know we parents is that don't have any power to force these children to think we can stop it, this bad behavior. Why they call him? I want you to answering this question. And already the teacher them they know, and already the teacher they ask them, when your parents he abuses, he force you, tell me, and they call teachers, they call police about children, about you parents will force children. Why this time them they looking they have violence and to call parents is don't have any he can do. Now why? This is the question I want you to answer in society. And another question. Why you government children they do legal they did the teenager, and when they grow up they be big, and they start to come to bring this they did the younger to going to blame them they big. Why? Legal they say your children when he come with a girlfriend, not a boyfriend, you parents you are not allowed to stop him. And in the future this is they come to blame them. Why? I want you to answer in the society. This is I'm talking, this gentle they start government, they training society Cinderella, they destroy them, and already na them they destroy them herself. Why I told you teacher to call parents, teacher is that don't understand the meaning to call parents. This gentry was very smart. He call parents about children. He to put this to call parents. He know parents is I don't have this time to these children. He can't do anything. Meaning teacher when he finished to tell parents, teacher him to look down and to look this side, and the parents start to look children in the eyes, an eye for an eye, eyes to eyes, and they start to have an eye for an eye. When children you go back, parents start to talk with him. Children he said no, and he'll go back to school. I have violence home. And the government, they come, they say, no, we're going to solve this violence, to take children out, to bring them violence permanent. This is the meaning you parents to call you about your children to school. I told you, Prime Minister, we born, you are smart. Now we born, you are smart, we smart intelligence, we are intelligence. Bodies are not acting like a brain. Bodies are poor to connect with smart. This is my example. When you have your daughter, not when you have your son, if it's the 6 months, if the 3 months, if it's the 1 month, wake up night, go change him boy, to change him stuff, to see we can put him another stuff new. You'll find our body, they wake up like a people big. You thinking they wake up, him brain is not dreaming. They wake up, this body they wake up, they walk with the brain. The problem, body they can act. And the girls, I know like 1 month, na them they wake up. No problem arm, they can act. They can act. And in a boy, na them body, they wake up, they can act to go to touch this body. Now when they start to eat food, to act, to touch food, you will see girl always she scratches there. And when she scratches there, don't say and she have a problem. No, it's this dream. They bring him to scratch there. Now I say to you to improve this gentry was the slow to put Cinderella society in the brain. To me, this is the message to Uganda. This is the third. I explain to them. Me and I give them advisor. First time, second time, and this is the third time. Government, he have to surrender in peace to sitting with another politician. Na them politician, another politician, they have to surrender in peace. To think they can solve a problem, to give him someone he vote, he get vote. And na someone they give him a vote, is not allowed to go to revenge. To revenge each other with another government. They have to make peace, not to revenge each other. And to make peace with the people, they get damage, to give them compensation. To me, this there is law of not to bring society war again. I know government president, when he do this, there will be him, he have power to do this. And I know when he do, another government na him he have power to make peace, not to revenge each other, to go to blame each other, everything they been in Uganda. This is they bring in another country, they come back to them to have peace. Now when they got fighting, they're not going to have peace. In another country he'll come, he'll be like Museveni. Museveni, he go in the bush to fighting, Milton but he still vote. And when he finish to win, they never give him this many, they still vote. Museveni was not a winner to this vote. This another man, he was a winner. And he give him a job. When he finished to give him a job, and when he started to vote, he go to vote him. And he said, oh, now you're going to against me. Now go there. You are not going to win, and you are not going to come back to this job. And already I know when they start fighting, they become another. Not to these two people. These people is inside the prison house. This he want to protect this gentleman inside the prison, and they're not going to protect him. They're not going to protect him. Yes, people they come about them. Me, I'm not control them, and another they're not allowed to come. Now already they come, they're not going to protect them with these two gentle. If the prison is there, they can kill him. Meaning they're not protect him or anything. To me, I need the president to stop war her country, not to bring another war to her country. I'm a direct. He have a responsibility him to try to make peace. And na this gentle na him to make peace, not to bring another. And these people, they come over another, they come na them the different party. Don't think they come the one party. They can bring it to come like 6 parties. They can bring and to find there are 10 parties. Remember, video I sent them. I said this violence, they not protect people, they vote Museveni. They not protect people, they vote this man. They not protect people, they not vote. Now they not cry. People they vote Museveni na them, they not crying, they punch them, they not hospital. They're not hospital, and don't think to punch them. They can put them in prison, and them will find them in prison. Politician violence. Don't think they protect everybody. Okay, everybody share my video around the world. To Prime Minister and to these leaders Uganda. All the society to listen in my video. I repeat again, Prime Minister, this is your message. When you know, you put a rule to Australia, society, they're not Australian, they're not allowed to talk, meaning stop court, don't blame society, these rules, they are not Australian. Now we're going to understand what you're talking it through. We're going to understand what you're talking through. And I repeat again, now leaders international, they know how to come to you to talk about this freedom independent. Now this distress, society distress. This is your responsibility. To me, now this is a big shame. To think you are not close with the society to take advisor and na country oversee another country to start to bring another advisor, and already you are not happy, and already you are not do it. To me, this day you come oversee, but there to international, you're talking. This time you come to you stop government, you stop court. And the police not to judge society this criminal. And I'm not believing now you understand you solve this problem. When you want to solve this problem, you are not talking you to put law about Australian. You know, when you talk, I say you talk twice. You talk 2 languages. Now look already. You talk 2 languages. You say you put rules about Australian, not people, and you stop it, meaning not people, they come here. And you say you go with the issue. Now when people they have Cinderella, they can't understand how you're talking. No politician when you hear you talking, now if he does not talk with you, he know you. Now people smart to your country, when you hear how you talking, he know you. How you talking. Look how they are talking, and we have 2 language. First he ask you, and you say, no, you put Australian, not people. You come overseas and you stop it. And you say, mental issue, they are the issue. They are true. Now look, languages they connect each other. Language, they are not connect each other, and they are not connect with the brain, and they are not connect with the thinking, and they are not connect with the people they listen. To me, why I decide, I say, you have to go to learn communication, and to learn judge, and to learn respect. This is the help you, the help us. The help around the world, the help society Australia. And to move, government to move children, parents to take responsibility. This is very important. To move society, government to take responsibility. You government to move society to have responsibility to our children. To think they can teach them